I'm going to talk about the value of bees in crop pollination. Most of the time when people hear of bees, the first thinking that comes to their mind is honeybees and honey. But to say in 2009 the value of crop pollination was 6 times more the value of honey that was harvested and sold during that year. And it can actually show you how important bees are, not just for the sake of honeybees, for the sake of honey and wax and the other byproducts, but for crop pollination. Most people are not aware of this value. For example, some crops are fully dependent on pollination by bees. For example, watermelon, butternuts. We have most fruits. Yeah. So if we don't have bees, then it means we are not going to have these crops. For example, you will not have nutrition quality, but you'll have food, we'll lack things like fruits and other vegetables as well. So this is one of the most important aspects of bees that is always ignored, be it in extension packages to farmers, be it even during the training. Most of the time it's not even mentioned. It's just mentioned as in biology, and that's it. But it's quite important. For example, if you take the case of watermelon, if there are no bees, then you'll not have a crop. I've had experience of farmers consulting that they have grown watermelon or butternuts in the greenhouses, and their flowers are dying. They will definitely not have any crop because in the greenhouse there are no bees. So such crops are supposed to be planted outside in the field where it is open and bees have free access to the flowers. Yeah. So such a farmer, we advise the farmer just pull out the crop, because for sure you will not get anything because the aspect of pollination is not there. Then someone may want to ask, then why is it pollination essential? For a flower like watermelon or butternuts, the cucurbits, they have 2 different flowers, the male and the female flower, occurring on the same plant but differently located. The pollen has to move from the male to the female flower, and that has to be done by a bee. Human beings cannot do that. It's quite labor intensive. So if you don't have such an agent that will transfer that pollen, it means the fruit set will be 0, and so the crop yield will be 0. But that information is not with the farmers. So even with the young farmers that are currently getting into agriculture. So our role as research scientists is to get that information out there. Yeah? And then at the same time, for example, in Kenya, we don't even know the bees that exist that help in our crop pollination. For example, in Kakamega forest alone, over 40 different species of bees have been recorded. Meanwhile, when I mention bees, people think honeybees. We have carpenter bees, we have mega child bees, yeah, which we call leaf cutter bees. We have the stingless bees, which probably some of you have heard of. But these bees are so specialized, such that if you don't have them on some crops, you will not get anything. For example, the famous vegetable called mito. If you don't have the carpenter and the mega child bees, the leaf cutter bees, you will not have fruit set. So which means you will not have anything to produce even the vegetable in the first case. The same case even with tomatoes. If you plant your tomato in the greenhouse, bees help a lot for fruit set. So the fruit set in most greenhouse tomatoes is very poor because there is no access of bees to these greenhouses. So what we advise farmers is to tap the tomato flower 4 times a week consistently, then the fruit set will be improved. Yeah, because you don't have the bees that can be used in those greenhouse condition. In other countries, they hire bees. It's a big business where they hire bees and the farmers, when they have their crop in the greenhouses, they go out to the beekeeper, they hire the bees, and then which come and pollinate their crop. Yeah. But here we don't have. So farmers are at, can I say, at a pains how to increase their yields, crop yields. At times you may have a very high fertilizer use, everything is right in order as advised by the agriculture extension, but you'll get total nil because of pollination. For example, the case I gave of watermelon. Yeah. But then currently, as I said, we don't even know the types of bees that we have. We are still undertaking, can I say, stock taking of what we have. Yeah, probably the future is going to be better, where we'll now go into intensive crop pollination, where farmers are going to hire bees to pollinate their crops. But nonetheless, we are headed somewhere. There's research that has been done every time, and we are building on what we already have. But there's a threat to the bee ecology in Kenya. First, we have the issue that people don't know about the value of bees. And any doo-doo they see on a crop, they think it's bad. So people are spraying even beneficial insects like bees. So bees are a threat due to pesticide use. Farmers spraying anytime. Whenever they see a doo-doo, it must be dead. So that is killing the bee population, and we might not even document what we have, because by the time we will be documenting, maybe we'll have lost so much, not knowing. The other is lack of that information. Even with the scientists, most people are not aware. Even with the general public. So you can't appreciate what you don't know the value. Yeah. But we are losing so many bees. Globally, there's a pollination crisis, like in other countries in Europe. And I'm afraid to say that we are likely to experience the same here in Kenya as well. The other effect is on climate change. As you know, it's affecting every ecology sector. Animals, plants, the same included. But what I can conclude by saying is the value of pollination contributed by bees is immense. And bees are not only honeybees. There are many, many different types of bees. And the more we conserve them, the better that we'll get a lot of benefit from them in terms of crop yield, in terms of crop diversity. So it's not just about filling your stomach, but filling your stomach with the right kind of foods. And that includes vegetables and fruits.